They overcame us when we start dealing after them, right? Because guess what? It looks good to us because they can do it. But like I say, just because it's good for them, it's bad for you. Because why? We all been kids before, right? We seen it. You got brothers and cousins, and I mean not you. Of course you got brothers, but you got cousins, right? When your parents allowed you to go out with your cousins, and you came back and disrespected, did they beat you or did they beat you and your cousin? Okay, you in a particular family. Okay, you in the particulars. So guess what? Even up until right now, you give your kid a certain guideline to get back in the house, and he comes back. You give him 11 o'clock bedtime. Be in the house by 11 o'clock, but he don't come back until 2 in the morning. Do you punish him or do you punish him and his friends? Why? Because he told you. That's the same thing with God. Gave me hold that. Give me Psalms chapter 147, 19 and 20. I'm going to show you that God dealt it the same exact way. You see how you thought I'm going to whoop his ass because I gave him the commandment, right? We getting jacked up. We getting jacked up because God gave us the commandment, not them. Read what you got.
Psalms 147, verse 19.
Come on.
He showed his word unto Jacob.
He showed his word unto Jacob. Come on.
His statutes and his judgments.
His statutes, remember, his statutes is his law. And the judgments for breaking his law.
Unto Israel.
His statutes and the judgments for breaking his laws unto who?
Unto Israel.
Unto who?
Israel.
That's us, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and natives. Come on.
He hath not dealt so with any nation.
He have not dealt so with any other nation in that regard. That's why you've never seen this happen to no other race but the blacks and Hispanics. That's why. Because that judgment was only given to you for coming in the house at 2 in the morning and not 11 p.m. You understand? Read on.
He hath not dealt so with any nation.
He have not dealt so with any nation. Come on.
And as for his judgments,
and as for the judgments and the penalties for breaking his law,
they have not known them.
It said that other nations have not known the punishments for breaking God's law. Why? Because they wasn't given the special instruction. The special instruction was only given to y'all. Read.
Praise ye the Lord.
It said, and you better thank the Most High for that. Thank the Most High that he didn't punish them like he punished y'all, because there's a great reward that comes from the people that wake up. The people that's out here trying to fix our people. The people that's out here trying to fix our communities. And stopping the black on black violence. There's great reward for that. Go back. Go.
Judah 5 verse 21.
Come on.
But if there be no iniquity in their nation.
If there be no sin in our communities, which we trying to do, we trying to purge sin out of our communities. Come on.
Let my Lord now pass by.
You see what they know? They say if they not sinning against their God, leave those Israelites alone. Why?
Lest their Lord.
Unless what?
Their Lord.
Unless what?
Their Lord.
Did you see what they saying? Their Lord. Unless their Lord, not our Lord, but their Lord. Unless our Lord
defend them.
Defend us.
And their God before them.
And our God before us. So it makes sense for them to make weed legal, because you won't go against your God. It makes sense for them not to stand on marriage, because it makes you go against your God. It makes sense for them to put homosexuality in everything. Why? Because it's going to turn you from your God, which takes you away from your protection. You get what I'm saying?
It's all good.
You get what I'm saying, sis?
This is Dominique right here.
How you doing, Dominique? So what we going over? No, don't put her on camera at all. I can tell you don't like it. So guess what, Dominique? We going over is our heritage, our history, our culture. Because for far too long have we been lied to about who you are. What's your nationality, sis? You don't know. You see that? And this is why our people are trampled over. This is why we at the bottom and not even contending for the top, because we don't know who we are. Give me that in Deuteronomy chapter 28. I'm going to show and pinpoint who we are. Sister, as I showed my man here, what's your name, brother? Isaiah. Okay, Isaiah, I forgot. As I show Isaiah here, Is this accurate with history? This didn't happen? So yeah, so it is accurate with history, right? Now, how do you know we at AMPM? Because the signs say so, right? The signs say that we at AMPM, right, Isaiah? The signs say we on El Camino, right, sis? Watch what this sign say. This sign also identifies something. This sign right here is going to identify who you are historically. Watch this. Read what you got.
Deuteronomy 28, verse 15.
Come on.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God,
Come on.
to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses,
All these what?
curses,
All these what?
curses,
Sister Dominique, Brother Isaiah, is this a blessing or a curse? It's a curse. What you say, Dominique? Look, this man getting his back beat till he couldn't, until it was keloids all over his back, could be a blessing?
No.
Okay, so you agree that this, what we looking at on this sign right here, is a curse, was a curse upon our people, right?
Yes.
What about you, young man?
Oh, yeah.
Blessing or curse?
Personally, I see it.
No, look.
I see it as a curse for sure. I mean,
Okay,
but-
so good. Let's stop right there.
Okay.
Read it again now.
but it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God,
The word hearken means to hear. Read.
to observe, to do all his commandments
Uh-huh.
and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses
All these curses,
shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
guess what? Being put on a slave ship and took out of the land that you knew as home is a curse. Getting your back whipped until your name was until you agreed to the slave master's name is a curse. Being livestock or cattle on somebody's farm or plantation is a curse. Being sold, your baby's getting fed to alligators for gator bait, for them to make shoes, hats, and clothing is a curse. Auction blocks is a curse. These are all things that God said would happen to us if we didn't keep his commandments. And I'm going to prove it. Jump over to verse 46.
Verse 46.
Come on.
And they shall be upon thee
And they, the curses, shall be upon thee.
for a sign.
Whoa. For what?
For a sign.
So the things that happen to you in history is going to be a what?
For a sign.
Remember the first question I asked y'all. How do we know we standing in front of AMPM? Because the signs say so. It's an identifier. How do we know we on El Camino in Grove Boulevard? Because the signs say so. The sign is used to what, brothers and sisters? To identify. So guess what? God said these curses and the stuff that our people went through in history is going to be an identifier to show who you are in these last days, because you will forget. Read.
And for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
Guess what? Back in the late 1900s, the early 1900s, we were slaves, right? Guess what the police were in those times? They were called the what?
Slave catchers.
Bro, what was they called? Say it tonight.
Slave catchers.
They were called the slave catchers. And guess what was happening to us under those slave catchers? When they caught us, what was they doing to us? They were beating us, killing us. Ain't that happening today? Aren't they beating us? Aren't they killing us? So when God says this curse is going to go forever, that's exactly what he means. We've been getting beat by the police ever since they were slave catchers. We've been getting killed by the police ever since they were slave catchers. And here we are in so-called 2014, and the same thing, 2024, and the same thing is happening. God said his curses was going to abide on us forever until we understand who we are. Watch this. Come on.
Verse 47.
Come on.
Because thou servest not the Lord thy God.
This happened. Why?
Because thou servest not the Lord.
Now, as a parent, you a parent, right? Not as a parent, you a parent. No, I know you are a parent. I'm a parent. As a parent, I don't have to tell my kids why I'm beating their behinds. I don't have to tell my kids why I told them to go in the room. I don't have to tell them why I told them to do their homework. But the Most High God, which is our Father, he gave you why he's doing this thing to us. Why?
Because
thou
servest not the Lord thy God.
Because you don't know how to serve God is why this stuff is happening to us. We getting shot down in the street daily because we don't know how to serve God. We're getting gunned down daily by our brothers and even our sisters now are picking up guns shooting. We're getting gunned down daily by our brothers and sisters because we don't know how to serve God. Come on.
Because thou servest not the Lord thy God
Come on.
with joyfulness.
Because we don't do it with joyfulness. We don't care that we the Israelites. That we the Israelites, come on.
And with gladness of heart.
We're not glad to not sell drugs. We're not glad to not break the Sabbath. We're not glad to feed the fatherless, be a father unto the fatherless. We're not glad to do those things. Come on.
For the abundance of all things.
The abundance of all things is that if you guys didn't, if our race of people didn't exist, bro, the world wouldn't be here. God specifically made the world for y'all to dwell in, for y'all to rule over. Watch this. Give me that. Let's prove it. Give me that. You know what I want, man. The one we just read.
2nd Ezra, chapter 7, verse 10.
Watch this.
And I said, it is so, Lord.
And he said, it is so, Lord.
Then said he unto me,
come on.
even so also is Israel's portion.
It's whose portion?
Israel's portion.
Guess what? Israel is you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. What's your portion?
Because for their sakes.
Because for your sakes, brothers and sisters.
I made the world.
He did what?
I made the world.
So guess what? If you Israelite brothers and sisters didn't exist, the world wouldn't be here because he said for your sakes, he made the world. For your sakes, this is the only reason why anybody on the planet is here is because of you.
That's right.
That's it.
Right.
So it shows what? We wasn't happy for the world and everything getting. We still had to go blonde our hair like the white woman. We still had to go chasing after the white chick. We still had to go out here and defile our temple. The world wasn't enough, but getting high is. The world wasn't enough, but having sex with 13, 14 different women is. And that's why we at a lower state right now. Go back. Come on.
Deuteronomy 28, verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemy.
Because you don't care that I gave you the world. Because you don't care that I gave you that I made you the special people. Because you don't care about these things, we should what?
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies.
God says, since you don't want to serve me properly and correct, I'm going to cause you to serve your enemies. Read.
Which the Lord shall send against thee.
Who sent our enemies against us?
The Lord shall send against thee.
God sent our enemies against us because we wouldn't serve him. So if you won't serve him, then go ahead and serve the devil is what it's saying. Come on.
In hunger.
And hunger. When you hungry and you want food, or you got a grocery shop, where do you get your food from? From the enemy. You're not getting it from somebody that look like me and you. Which the benefit from that is that me spending money with you and not spending money with them, it'll condone you. It'll condone us. It'll recycle the money in our communities. But since we don't do that and we gotta go to the oppressor to do it, guess who kids you sending through college? You sending their kids through college. Yeah, I'm gonna get with them. They know, so who kids you sending through college? Their kids. Who education that you're putting forth? Theirs. Meanwhile, Our kids is running around the neighborhood, snotty nose, riding bikes and watching YouTube. Because God's law governs us to support each other. God's law governs us to stick together, gather together, because we're the ones not desired, not them. They desire each other. Hell, they swim with sharks. They play with lions. They wrestle with bears. But if you walk by their car, what they gonna do? Lock the damn door, showing that you what? You're not desired. You're not the ones desired. Read.
And in thirst.
And in thirst, when you want water, Dasani, Aquafina, Alhambra, Smart Water. Hell, if you don't pay your water bill, what happens? It gets shut off. Who are you giving that honor? Who are you giving that money to for you to use that? Your enemies. Who, sis? You said it right. No, you said it good. The white man. That's the right answer. Read.
And in nakedness.
And if the very clothes that you have on your back, are we buying it from us? No. You serving your enemies for your food. You serving your enemies for your water. You serving your enemies for your clothes. Watch this.
And in want of all things.
Guess what? To get permission to drive a car, who you gotta go get the license from? If you want to bury your loved ones, who do you gotta get the certificate from? If you want to wipe your behind with the toilet paper, who do you got to get the toilet paper from? God said, because you don't serve me and you don't do what I told you to do, I'm going to cause you to serve your enemies for those things. The things that I put on this world that you're supposed to have for free, I'm going to cause you to go get it, serve your enemy, and you're going to have to give him your wages. Because you don't know me, you don't know God, and you don't know how to serve him the correct way. Read.
And
this enemy. Remember, the enemy that you got to get food from, the enemy you got to get water from, the enemy you got to get clothes from, the enemy that you got to get your household toiletries, birth certificate, death certificates, driver's license, passports, all of these permissions, the stuff you got to get, the stuff that you need in your essential life. You got to go get from who? Your enemy. And this enemy.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
And this same enemy that you got to get food, water, clothing from shall do what?
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
Ezra, hold this side.
Until.
Hold on. Ezra, hold this side. Hold it up. And he
shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
God said, and this same enemy that you need to get food, water, and clothes from, the same enemy is going to put a yoke of iron upon your neck. Right? Is this not happening in history? Remember, the Bible said that these curses will be upon us for what? A sign and a wonder, and upon thy seed forever. Meaning you always going to be able to identify the Israelites by what happened in history. That's right. You will always be able to identify who the Israelites are, who the biblical Israelites are through history. Deuteronomy chapter 1 and verse 1. Go back there right quick. I want to show them. Keep it up. Hold that up. Hold that up. Come on.
Deuteronomy 1 verse 1.
Come on.
These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel.
These be the words that Moses spake unto who? To who? To who? Us, all Israel. Now go back to Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 48 and pick up and he
shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
God through the spirit of Moses told us, the Israelites, that the enemy that we got to get food, water, and clothing from will put iron upon our necks. Come on.
Until he have destroyed thee.
Now let me ask you this. Do you have a yoke of iron on your neck right now? Do you? Do you got a physical chain on your neck right now? No, right? Why? Because it says, and he shall do what until?
Until he have destroyed thee.
So guess what he did to us? He trained us like dogs. Right. Because you don't have the physical yokes around your neck right now. He said you were going to have this yoke upon your neck until, meaning a dispensation of time. Meaning, and once you in line, once you sit when I tell you to sit, when you walk when I tell you to walk, when you drink when I tell you to drink, when you eat when I tell you to eat, then the yoke of iron can come off your neck. Why? Because you've been destroyed. Now we're calling ourselves black. We're calling ourselves African Americans. We're calling ourselves the real niggas or the real bitches. This is what we refer to ourselves to. So there's no need to keep the choke chain on you. Because now you will bite another dog, but you ain't gonna bite master. You see what I'm saying? So look, they look at us as the animals. We fight against each other. But when we see old good and jolly Mary running up the block, won't nobody say nothing. And that's what they trained you to do. And that's why we don't have the yokes of iron upon our necks no more. Because we've been destroyed as a people, brothers and sisters. We got to come back to who we are. We got to come back to our purpose, our laws, our statutes, right?
That's right.
Remember, haven't this sign showed you that we the Israelites so far? One more. Deuteronomy 28:68. Come on.
Deuteronomy 28, verse 68.
Come on.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Guess what? What was the Israelites? Any of y'all know any Bible history? A little bit? You should know this. What was the Israelites' state in the land of Egypt? No. We knew we were Israelites, but what was our status? What was our status in Egypt? What? We were slaves in Egypt. We were slaves in Egypt. Brothers and sisters, we were slaves in Egypt. Now watch what the Bible says. Come on.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Brother, what does that mean when he say he gonna bring us into Egypt again? What does that mean? What was what? And slavery. God said through his prophetic, through the scripture, that what? I brought you out of Egypt, which is slavery. Now I'm going to send you back into Egypt, meaning what, bro? Slavery. How?
Again with ships.
How?
With ships.
How?
Ships.
God said that he was going to send us into slavery on ships. Cargo slave ships. Why? Because we forgot who we were. We forgot our purpose. We forgot that we were the Israelites. We forgot that we had a God. We wanted to be like everybody else and forgot that we had a God. So guess what? What happened? Cargo slave ships. Didn't I show you? Did I ask you already? Didn't this happen in history? Didn't I show you that this sign would identify that you brothers and sisters are the Israelites? Yes. Even my man right here, he an Israelite. He from what tribe? What's your nationality? You he already know he Israel. He Issachar.
That's right.
This is our brother. But we look at the Hispanics like they some type of other race. No. When the Bible says love thy neighbor as you love yourself, it's talking about more than just you and you. It's talking about you and him. Him and him. The so-called, you Native American? Your dad Native American? So are you with the Indians that inherited this land? That's the so-called Native Americans. Those are our brothers. But that's another topic. That's another topic because that's something we can touch all that too. I don't run from nothing. Understand that. Read what you got.
And again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee.
Come on.
Thou shalt see it no more again.
Our homeland. We wouldn't see it no more again. What's our homeland?
Let them know.
What's our homeland?
Jerusalem.
There you go. What's our homeland? Jerusalem. Let's go get it. Galatians 4. Let's find out. Because he all right. He all right. Come on, read what you got. What's up, brother?
Galatians 4 verse 26.
Come on.
But Jerusalem, which is above, is free.
Come on.
Which is the mother.
Which is the motherland.
Of us all.
Which is the motherland of the Israelites. Period, point blank. So go back to Deuteronomy where he said, thou shalt see it no more again. As a people, we have never been back to Jerusalem. Our people don't even claim that land. The damn devil and his minions claim that land right now. The white folk and the Arab folk is fighting over our land right now. That land don't belong to neither of them. That belong to y'all. Come on.
Deuteronomy 28, verse 68.
Come on.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Come on.
With ships.
Read.
By the way whereof I speak unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again.
Come on.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
And when that slave ship docked, when this slave ship docked, what would happen to us?
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
Was we not sold for live cattle to our enemies when the ship docked? Was we not sold unto the Johnson plantation? The Smith plantation? the Harrison plantation? Did they not auction us off on auction blocks and sold to Master Johnson? God said prophetically this was going to happen to us because we would fall off the horse and follow after, and envy and follow after the oppressor. Guess what? Even in today's time, the women are trying to be men and the men is trying to be women. That's envy and the oppressor. Even right now, everybody is wrapped up in. Everybody is wrapped up in what? Trying to get money. The easiest, the quick money scheme. Envying after the oppressor. Is that it on that? Read on.
And they shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen,
For slave man
and bondwoman,
and for slave woman,
and no man shall buy you.
and no man shall be able to redeem you from this. The only thing that's going to be able to redeem us from that curse is us waking up and the black Messiah coming back to get us.
That's right.
That's it.
Right.
Because that's the only thing that's going to provoke him to come back.
Right.
The only thing that's going to provoke him to come back is that if we get back in line.
That's right.
I know you a father. I know if your kids go against you and go against everything you stand for, they go against. Is you going to turn around and be like, bless my son? Hell no. And that's just not how black people roll. It's my way or the highway. And that's just how we roll. If you're not with us, you against us. That's how we roll, no matter who it is. I tell you straight, if I would, in my house, and when I was a kid, and I didn't go by the house rules, my dad is get the hell up out of here then. And my mom. But guess what? That's how the Most High is. That's why he casted us off to be slaves, because we didn't serve him the way that we should. You can put it down, officer.
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is